I'm Zarina Dimitrova, a strategic partner and mentor to businesses in the process of transformation. Join me on Grow and Learn as we explore a range of topics from personal development and career advancement to relationship building and financial management. With practical advice, inspiring stories, and expert interviews, we'll give you the tools you need to thrive in every aspect of your life. Join us as we share insights and strategies that can help you achieve your personal and professional growth objectives. I am welcoming Nida Leard. She is my guest today, a very well-educated business consultant, but in her own words, she's not only a business consultant, but 70% of her work covers personal development and personal issues. And this is something that I'm consistently hearing from executive coaches and business advisors, that they're actually dealing a lot with the personal issues with the executive board, and it's normal. We are all human. We need to deal with our humanness first before we can perform in any area of life. Nida is she has a strong business background with 23 years in business, and she has recently finished her PhD in social sciences. So we're welcoming a big brain here. Hi, Nida.
Hi, Zarina. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks for joining.
I need to actually, I did not finish my PhD. I did my coursework in PhD in social psychology. And then it was just 3 months ago that I decided to quit. And that's a story for another day, the power of quitting when something is not working for you, or it's something you need to make a tough decision on, even if you want it, but there are some points in your life where you really need to make a decision, whether you want to go on with this or whether you want to stop with this. And sometimes it's not easy to make those decisions. But once again, if you know your values, if you know whether, this is more important or is this more important? And for me, it was health. I was struggling with a back problem because I did the PhD, as if anybody's been in the academia, they know that, a lot of work is on the desk and computer and typing away, and a lot of it, causes back pain and back problems. And so that's why I decided I got what I wanted from that already, from the PhD program. And the rest was another 3 years of research. And I decided that was not for me. Yeah, but I did accumulate a lot of knowledge, and it is used in the field of work that I do. So I was grateful that I got to do it. And yeah, it was a really good experience. And that also taught me another lesson of you really need to know what you value and what's more important for you at this age, today. For me, I'm 42 now. I'm if it was in my 20s, I would probably, I can do another 3 years, right? But at this point, and with a back problem and so many other things that I want to do to change this world through my work, I thought, another 3 years is not worth it for me. Yeah. So I think that was another learning for me as well.
Makes sense. Nida, I want to hear about your work, who you work with, how you help people, but I'm also quite interested in your story. And what shall we talk about first? Let's hear first about who you are.
Okay. Well, I actually grew up in the States, and then when I was 10 years old, I moved here. I'm in Bangkok, Thailand, and I work with people everywhere in the world. It's such an amazing world today, right? You can connect with everyone, and there's just no barriers. So I don't really consider myself American or Thai, or I'm kind of like a mix of everything, a citizen of the world, I guess. And so I came back to Thailand. So I lived in Thailand. I got educated here in Thailand and Australia and Sydney. And then after I graduated, had my master's degree, I came back and worked for L'Oreal, so the cosmetics company. And I worked for Unilever. I worked for a few FMCG, fast moving consumer good companies. So I've always been in marketing and, working as a brand manager, which is literally marketing. And then when I always had a business, it was something small, always a fashion brand or something. I was a creator. I always had this entrepreneur spirit. Even in high school, I would sell things, So I decided that corporate life was not for me. And at that time, I decided to start a child development center. And I also started my family. I had a child as well. So my child actually grew up in that child development center, seeing me do all the business and stuff. And that went on for a few years. So I did like parenting consulting and helping advise my parent clients that were parents how to raise their children so that they would be resilient and have good emotional intelligence, have a great mindset and all that. And I worked with kids and, you know, teenagers and stuff like that. And then it gradually moved into the field of working with adults. So I got into full like coaching, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and all like personality typing stuff like the MBTI, Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, and all those other, you know, amazing tools. So I use a lot. And I work with entrepreneurs, CEOs, high-level executives, but mainly business owners and entrepreneurs that really value exceptionality, excellence. You know, they want to do their best in everything. And when you have that mentality, when you have that mindset of like best, it's not really like you're competing with everyone. It's about like competing against yourself and wanting to put out into the world your best work. And someone with that mindset, it's normal that you want to do your best in every area of your life, right? Yeah, if you're going to do your business, you want to provide the best work for your clients. If you're a parent, you want to be the best parent possible. If you're a partner and you have a husband, wife, or whatever, you want to be the best partner, right? So you want to go all in. You want to know like what's the right thing to do in a relationship and what's not, what you shouldn't be doing. And so I end up coaching people really on parenting as well, not just their business and their mindset and self-perception, self-image, but on their parenting skills as well. And how do you show up as a parent? How do you show up as a partner? And then some people hire me to coach them on various areas of their lives, and some maybe 2 areas of their life. So yeah, I guess I would consider myself more of a, you know, it's a mix of life, love, and business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's me.
Mm-hmm. There was something in your profile I read about helping billionaires and trillionaires. Was this about their personal lives? In what way do you help people that have achieved such financial success?
Yeah.
What is missing? Mm-hmm.
What is missing? That is that in one of the articles I wrote. I think I wrote an article about that as well. So, because I focused my business side on helping people become exceptional, like just being the top 5 or being number 1, number 2 in your circle, in your area of expertise, in the industry or the niche that you're in. So we do that through a strategy. There's a strategy to it, right? And that's like marketing and business and all that. But really the question that we want to ask, like people come to me and say, hey, I want to charge high ticket. I want to charge premium price. I want to charge ultra premium price. But what do I do? Like this is the problem I'm having now. My work is great, but I can only charge this much. And so the business is struggling because the work that I put out there is like really, really amazing, but I'm charging this much. So there's a gap there. You're charging this much, but the work that you're providing, the effort and the commitment, everything is at this level. And then you're also paying a lot to hire these exceptional experts to work for you, right? So you're going to have a high cost in running your business. So it doesn't make sense that you're charging this much. You need to charge what you're worth, right? And so we know that conceptually. And what happens is we start with that question. You know, if you're selling this service that's so amazing, you don't want to look at the mass market and copy what everybody else is doing. Okay, let's charge like $99 or what, $27 for this and that, right? You can't think like that because we're not serving that market. So what you need to do is we need to think like, okay, so what is, if you were going to sell this thing to Elon Musk or, you know, billionaire or whatever, like, think about it. If they were going to buy this from you and you're selling at this price, would they buy that from you? No, because then in their mind, they're like, this is not for me, right? So one of the think from that mindset. If you're selling to the group of clients that are abundant and affluent, and they have money to pay, they have that money, which is like energy to exchange with your services, how much would you charge? How much would this service be worth? How much would it be worth for them? What's the worth for them in terms of money? They pay for it, right? And a lot of the services that we provide is really, it's priceless, right? What's the price you can put on your relationship? If you could transform your relationship from like a 2 out of a 10 to an 8 or 9 out of a 10, right? What's the price for that, right? So with someone that has money, they can pay like literally any amount, right? Because money beyond a certain point means nothing for you. Like if you had to pay, you don't want to keep it, right? So that's what that question or that topic means when I talk about like, what are billionaires or trillionaires missing? It's about what is the service that's missing for them? Because you can look out there in the mass market. There's tons of matchmakers, or that's another business that I run as well. There's tons of matchmakers. Think about that, right? But like the matchmaker that Elon Musk would actually hire, what would that look like, and how much would he pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I understand now what you mean by what is missing. So you're basically coaching your clients to target high ticket clients, as far as I understand. Okay.
It's the business side.
Yeah. Okay. And I just to challenge you lightly there, I don't know much about the topic of high ticket clients, like I haven't delved a lot into it, but I recently watched a video or read somewhere that this whole industry with the high ticket clients, this consulting industry of how to get a high ticket client, is actually crumbling, because it turns out that there are not as many high ticket clients as consultants are hoping for. And it turns out that it's clearly not only about the price, that's much more intuitive. You basically have to develop your whole offering in a certain way behind it. And what are the other pieces of advice that fit this puzzle of the high ticket clients from your perspective?
Yeah. I totally understand what you're saying. And I see a lot of this on social media where there's gurus coming out and say, just charge high ticket, you're worth it. Just like double your price times, 10, multiply your price by 10, 20, whatever, right? Now, it's not about that. It's not just like tomorrow we go out and we just charge 10 times what you're charging now. No, because what I see is a lot of people that are charging this high ticket or ultra premium price, the service doesn't match. The quality of the service does not match the price that you're trying to sell it.
Sometimes I notice it's not even the quality. I mean, it is the general audience that you have been serving. So it's all based on recommendation. Who else in their circle is using this service? And usually for consultants and coaches that come out of nowhere for these high ticket clients, it's hard to reach them because there's nobody to recommend them. And I noticed that in these levels, it's all about recommendation. It's not about ads. They don't watch ads.
Exactly. Yes. That's why networking is important. We've always heard, right? Like you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. It's about the network that you have access to. And if today you don't have access to that network or those kind of people that you want to target, how do you get yourself into that network? So there are many other different pieces. That's like, how do you perceive yourself? A big problem is like, I don't perceive myself to be ultra premium. But I'm exceptional at what you do. If that's true, then you can actually get into that circle of people, and you can attract those people if what you do is exceptional, right? Because think about it. If you're Elon Musk and you want to hire a coach, for example, like I always use Elon Musk, but like a personal coach, are you going to look at the person and say like, oh, is she or he a billionaire like me? No, it's not. It's not what he's going to think. He's going to think like, what I'm hiring you for, are you really exceptional at that thing? That's all they care about, right? And then there are relatability factors. There's like other things, personal kind of other factors as well. But it's many things. It's not just you can provide this kind of average, mediocre level kind of service and sell it at a high premium price. That's not it at all. But I see a lot of, gurus kind of going out there and say like, you can charge anything you want and you can just like triple your price or whatever. It's not really that simple. There is a lot of work put into this if you want to charge ultra premium, and it's not for everyone. I've never said that it's the strategy for everyone. That's why I only work with outliers, that's why I only work with people that really want to do that. And I'm not saying that if you don't want to do that, it's wrong. It's not. It's just like what I believe in, and it's what my clients believe in, So yes, definitely it's not about the price. It's about really what I talk about is the quality of the service that you provide. Are you really willing to put everything all in getting your client to wherever they want to be, no matter what it takes? Are you willing to do that? And that if you have that mindset, then you can charge ultra premium. Yeah.
So what are some of the steps you advise them to take? Let's say they have an impeccable service, it's really premium. So far, they haven't charged a lot because they've been targeting a different market. And then they're able to, just theoretically, their product is already good enough so that they can market it to the premium clients. So what are the next steps then?
Yeah, definitely. There are those people that really already have an exceptional service, but they're charging way below what they should be charging. For those people, definitely you can just times 10, times 20 your service. But then there are other elements as well. There's the branding that, like, I've seen all these cases. You do have to rebrand your marketing, your branding, your like how you show up on videos, the type of content that you provide out there. For example, if your current content is just talking about something very basic or general, you're going to reach those people, and those people are going to be attracted to you, that meaning the mass audience, right? Because they are not the people that you want to target. The people that you want to target will want to talk about something more sophisticated, more complex, more deep, something that's relating to the mindset and the way they think and their level of intelligence, and not just IQ but EQ as well. So the level of IQ, the level of EQ, the mindset, how they perceive themselves. So when I work with clients, we go through this really in-depth process of understanding your clients, like the type of clients you really want to target, at a really deep psychological level, not just like how old are they, what gender, what do they do for a living, not that stuff. Just like we go dig into the brain, like how does this person, this ideal client of yours, how do they perceive themselves? How do they perceive themselves as a human being, as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a parent, or just like any dimension of themselves, of their life as a person? What do they really desire on the deepest level? And then we really have to go through this process of like, okay, on this surface level, what do they desire? What do they want? And then on a deeper level. So it's really, we've always heard like, marketing is about understanding your ideal client, but it's really about understanding them at a really deep level. So when you understand that, then you can create the content and the branding, marketing, and the pricing and the offering of your services to it has to be customized to that group, not what everybody else is doing, But what is really common is this course is teaching me to do this, so we're just gonna copy that, and then that's how we get started, right? I think we've kind of all done that. But then there will reach a point where you start to realize that, hey, what I'm doing is really different from what everybody else is doing, in a good way, right? And I'm like, wow, my clients are really getting outstanding results, and they're really saying that working with me is very different from who they've worked with in the past, or that workshop or that course that they've been to. Then you start to realize, okay, I have something amazing here, and then that's kind of the pivoting point of where they start to, okay, I need to charge differently. But that's kind of like the end result, charging premium, ultra premium. That's the end. That's like the result, the outcome that you want. But really all the other pieces, the service, the level of quality that you offer, the people that work for you and help you deliver the service, even the people that you surround yourself with, and the type of mentor or coach you hire, your friends that you hang out with, and all these factors do go into how you show up and sell your services. So it's very, it's complex. As I talk about this, it is complex. I never said that it's simple, right? It's complex, and there are many different elements. But I think I've kind of thrown out a few things that, you know, people and your audience, if they're listening to this and like, hey, that's true, you know, you don't have to do all this today. Maybe you start to think about, like, how do you up level your services? How do you start to network and show up as that person that's targeting ultra premium clients, right? Or how do you, like, what should I do about my branding? My branding looks like, you know, it doesn't match with where I want to be. It doesn't match with the clients that I want to target. Yeah. So I think you can start from that point, and, you know, depending where you are. Yeah.
So how does the engagement with you work? What is the package that you offer, the type of consulting? Do people book single sessions or an engagement over time? How do they work with you?
I don't take clients that I only work with clients long term. So multiple years, but at least 1 year. So it's always 1 year services. The only service that is not 1 year is what I call the VIP day. So that's for someone that I really don't have time to be coaching with anyone. I just want to get the strategy in this one full day, you know, which is like 6 to 8 hours. But the other things and besides the workshop that I offer, so my coaching is only and like year long engagements, and clients will work with me year on year. So my clients work with me, and they're kind of like part of my family, because we've known each other for so long, worked with them for multiple years. And yeah, because I believe that real transformation does take time. It's not going to happen overnight, you know. And just to get someone to move maybe takes already 3 months, right? And that's why I believe in this. And that's why sometimes when you're offering something that's kind of low ticket and then short term, you haven't reached the point where they've really transformed yet. Yes, the knowledge and everything that they get from that is like very useful. And depending on the person, you can actually take a book, for example, like $9 or whatever, and you can really change your life with that.
Now, you've been doing this work for a while, I assume, previously coaching the people from your child center, and now, you know, doing this business consulting and coaching work. What are some of the transformations that you've witnessed with your clients? Something that really stands out and it's like a wow, look at what happened here.
Yeah. Well, it's how they show up in life. And then people around them start to like ask them, what happened to you? Like, what did you do? You've really changed. Like last time I met you, like 4 months ago, you were really different. What happened? What did you do? You know, that's the point where you really know that you've like really done the work and you've started to transform. And they come back to me and they're like, yeah, and I really feel that I'm different now. So a lot of the work that we do is about self-image. It's about your identity, which means how you perceive yourself. And that has been accumulated throughout your whole life. How you grew up as a child, how you were parented, what happened, you know, what are those key significant kind of like situations that happened, and what sort of meaning or key decisions that you made from those situations or those events. And your personality type and everything collectively makes you who you are today and how you perceive yourself. So someone that's super amazing can perceive themselves as, oh, I'm not confident or I'm not good enough, because they always have this standard that's like way like super high, especially if you're like a high, you're always like, oh, in order for me to consider myself smart, I would have to be Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Like, or Albert Einstein, for example. So that's why really smart people don't think that they are smart, or talent people don't really think that they're that talented. You know, they know they're more talented than most people, but really, I wouldn't call myself talented, you know, because they always have this high expectation for themselves, which is good. But also it can be self-sabotaging as well. Yeah. So when they transform, whether it's a small or big transformation, you really see that. You can feel that in your body and your mind, and how you look at things, it changes. How you perceive other people changes. And then the external world will kind of feedback that back to you, that, hey, you're different in a good way. Yeah. Or I feel like you're really showing up differently in this relationship, and and it's making me happier. You kind of get that kind of feedback from other people as well. Yeah. And the other tangible results, like the business and the numbers and all that comes as well, but I feel like the transformation that makes people happy, like really fulfilled, is really about with the people around them. Because at the end of the day, it's the relationships. When you're on your deathbed, you don't go like, oh, I'm so happy that I created that, $1 billion business, right? It's not about that. At the end of your life, you would think like, oh, I'm so grateful for those relationships, and, and for your partner, your children, and your parents, and people that you love, right? So I find that, I feel that's why I love what I do so much. Yeah.
Wonderful. Nida, how can people get a taste of your services to learn more about you before they commit into a longer term coaching experience with you?
Well, can connect with me on all my social media, and I'll give you the links to all the social medias that I have. And I also have, so some people know me through reading my book, which is on Amazon. It's the 1 to Millions Entrepreneur book. And then I have a few episodes on my podcast, which is the Nida Leard Show. We haven't been recording regularly at all. I have to say that because of I've been struggling with the PhD stuff, and hope to be coming back and recording soon. But there are like many powerful episodes, and people can go and subscribe to the podcast. We talk about business strategies and mindset and self-identity and stuff like that. And where else? So they can go to my website. So I have a quiz, which is free. So you can just go in and answer a few questions, and we give you a blueprint of how to grow your business. And the strategy that we always talk about is what I've just talked to you about working with outliers and create your business. And even though you don't want to target ultra premium, you don't want to sell like a 50,000, 100,000 coaching package, I would say still, like, you would benefit from the strategies that I talk about, because, it will help you in your business. You can charge higher, even if you don't want to go to 50,000 or 100,000, right? Mm-hmm. It will still be helpful, because it really transforms the way you think, and it will combat the message of the mainstream that you're hearing today, which I don't think it's helpful for people to be using mainstream strategies when your work is really exceptional, or you're really someone that wants to create quality work, because when I say mainstream strategy, I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's like, okay, if you have 1 million followers, fine, you can really go for the mainstream strategy, right? That would probably work well. And what they do when you're working on a mainstream strategy is you start with, I have millions of followers, then I sell a very low ticket, and then I gradually climb up, and then I have an ultra premium package at the top. But what I do is like top down. Like I go like, you create the ultra premium first, you work with a few clients first. That's how you gain the confidence. That's how you get the amazing outcome with your clients. And then you go more mass market. And that's actually what I'm doing now, because I'm trying to pitch a reality show for Netflix at the moment, which is a coaching, like we want to bring people in and transform their lives. It's going to be a reality show. And then that's how, and with my books, I have other books as well in personal development. That's where I'm going mass. But that's not how I started. You know what I mean? I started at the top.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck with your show. I'm curious of what it's going to be like. I hope you get it.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go, but I totally believe that this needs to be put out into the world. And so whatever industry you're in, you can go to nidaleard.com, and at the bottom of that page, you will see there's this part where you can just go and do the quiz, and then we'll send a blueprint depending on the questions, whatever you ask, you answered on the questions, it will give you a blueprint for your business to grow and be exceptional at what you do, and let that shine through your business and be able to target the clients that you really, really want and deserve. So
I'm gonna jump on your website right when we finish this call. So I go to nidaleard.com. Is that correct again? nidaleard.com. Great. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and a very useful insight into growing your business for higher ticket clients. And anything that we've missed in this conversation, Nida? I'm sure we've missed a lot, but anything that you would like to add?
Well, I could add many things. I guess really, I think when people ask, like, what's the question that I wish more people asked, I would say, yeah, what do you really want? And who do you want to show up in this world? Who do you really want to be? I think it's something that we really need to ask ourselves more often. And it gets us to face the truth and the reality. You know, some people have dreams that they haven't even started to pursue, and they will keep waiting. You know, there's no better time. You just have to start now, right? And that starts with the awareness of knowing first what you want. A lot of people don't know, because we're living in this life where the world is there's so much noise, right? There's social media and there's like so many things. It's so noisy. We forget to go back into our internal world and face the truth of what we really want. What do we really want to do? Why are you waking up every day? What really makes you feel alive? And that's a question that I'd like everybody, I think we need to think about it more often.
Where are you going in the future? What is your dream?
Well, I want to be doing exactly what I'm doing now and expand my, I would call like the library of knowledge of everything that I'm putting out there through different channels, because it helps so many people. And I feel like the more people have access to these things, the better their lives can be. And we will have people, we become better people through developing ourselves, and the lives of people around us become better. And the people that work with us and we work for them or whatever, then we create a better world. So that's the ultimate goal, is to be a small part in this world, in being the change that you want to see in this world, right? That's where I'm going. And that's kind of my 10-year vision for now. It's like, that's why the reality show and all that is part of the 10-year vision. But ultimately, I know in this life, I will always be doing the work that I'm doing now. So that's where I'm going.
Great. It was a pleasure, Nida. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thank you for listening to Grow and Learn. We hope that you found our podcast informative, engaging, and inspiring. Our mission is to help you keep growing and learning, and we hope that our conversations and insights have provided you with practical advice and useful perspectives. If you're looking for personalized support and guidance to help you achieve your personal or professional growth objectives, I offer a range of services to help. As a trusted management partner and mentor, I work with businesses in the process of transformation, looking for new streams of business, as well as M&A. With an extensive professional network of experts and mentors, I can bring on board the right person or team based on the specific needs of the company I'm working with. To learn more about the services I offer and how I can help you achieve your goals, visit my website at grownlearn.org. You can also reach out to me via email or social media. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode of Grow and Learn, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us, and it helps us to continue to create content that is relevant and valuable to our listeners. Thanks again for listening, and we look forward to sharing more insights and perspectives with you in the future.